Welcome back, students. Welcome to the next class of quantity surveying and contracts management. Today we'll discuss on the quantity calculation of the painting related to the steel truss. So far we discussed about the quantity calculation related to the steel part. Now we'll discuss the quantity calculation for the painting, right? So painting, here we have included two coats over one coat of priming in steel work. Right, so painting will be two coats over one coat of priming in steel work. So again we'll follow the same method of calculating the quantity for. So again we'll calculate the quantity calculation for one truss. So when we are done with calculation of quantity of painting for one truss, we'll multiply that with the number of trusses, right? So for quantity calculation of painting, let us have a look at this figure here. So for painting, so this is an angle section and this is a plate section that we have used, angle and tie member, right? So tie member, if I take an example, 50 by 8 means what? This 50 is the width of the plate and 8 is the thickness. Similarly for angle, one size of the angle, other size and its thickness. So 75 mm by 75 mm by 8 mm. Now when you are going for calculation of painting, so we have already known what is the length of all the members in a truss. So we know what is the length of all the members. Now calculation of painting includes, we already know length, we already know how many numbers of those particular members are used or sections are used for steel truss. So painting is carried out by knowing its length and the area over which we are going to paint it. Now this is completely exposed. Now what is the face over which you are going to paint it? So this is, say if this is one length, so painting is required at this point, painting is required here, painting is required here, painting is required here, right? Thickness included, because we have tie members, we have openings for this in terms of bolts, all those things. So these are taken care for this thickness. So firstly we have to calculate what is the perimeter of this particular angle section. So once I calculate what is the perimeter of this, so what is the perimeter of this? I know this length. So this face you are going to paint it. So you are going to paint here on the back side, you are going to paint on the front side of this, you are going to paint for this bottom side, and you are going to paint on this top side, right? Here, here, here and front of this. So this height, this face is 1, so similarly I have one more on the other side. This face is 1, we have one more on this side. So how to calculate the perimeter of this? This length into 2 times plus this length into 2 times. So you'll get the perimeter. So once I calculate the perimeter, multiply that with the length, you will get the total quantity for the painting, right? So I hope you understood this. Similarly for this particular part, length into 2 times, thickness into 2 times, because this is a plate angle, right? So quickly going back to the quantity calculation now. So one more thing here, it will be easy for you, is you have already listed down what are the numbers of member that are there in the truss, what is the length of those particular members, right? Only calculation part for you in painting is what? Calculation of the perimeter. Because this column and this column you have already done when you are calculating the steel quantity, right? So if I take the principal rafter, what is principal rafter? Listen this carefully, I am going to explain only for this, rest all I'll just go through. So principal rafter, so before that, truss length into perimeter of the section, this is what I explained with the figure. Principal rafter is size 75 by 50 by 8. Now to calculate the perimeter of that, 75 you are going to paint on 2 sides plus 50 you are going to paint on 2 sides. So multiply that with 2. You get the total perimeter. So keep that in meters, right? So this quantity we have already done when we were calculating the steel quantity. So 2 into 2, so principal rafter one side there are 2 because it is 2 ISA. So 2 on one side, 2 on other side. So total 4 principal rafters are there for one truss. So length is already known. So what is the additional part that you are going to calculate here is the perimeter. So 2 into 2 into 7.6 into 0.25. So you get the painting quantity in meter square. Similarly, do this for struts. So strut size is what? 75 by 50 by 10. So 75 into 2 plus 50 into 2. Right. So you will get 0.25. So length is known. These numbers are known. Right. Similarly, go on calculating for all the other members. So strut 65 by 45 by 8. You will get the perimeter as 0.22. Central suspender, it is 50 by 50 by 6. So 50 into 4, you will get 200. It is 0.2. So length is known. Calculate. So cleats for purlin 75, 75, 8. So there are 12 numbers. Length is known. Perimeter you calculate. You will get the quantity. Okay. So moving next. So next member is what? Cleat at base. So you list out all these things in the same manner like you listed out for what is that? You list out the same in the same manner like you listed it for when you are calculating for steel quantity. Now cleat at base is what? 75, 75, 10. So 2 at one base, 2 at the other base. So total one truss has 4 cleat angles. So 0.3 by 0.3. So that quantity you calculate. Similarly, tie members. So tie members here, it is a plate member. So perimeter will be what? I showed you the plate section. So 50 is the thickness, 52 faces, and thickness 8 mm 2 faces. So you will get the perimeter. So there are two numbers. So this first row and first column and second column already you have the quantities. Just write these perimeters and this will be the quantity. So this question mark are left out for you people to work out. Similarly, so as a part of assignment, what I have done is I have kept this part purposely blank so that you can work it on your own. So that will be like you will get to know whether you understood how the quantity calculation is done. So what you have to do is for this gusset plate, you have to work it on your own and just cross verify with the answers with the PDF that I'll be sending, right? So this part you work out. So I'll give a hint for this. So this will be what? At apex, you already know what are the numbers of gusset plate that are being provided. So this first column and first column you will get the quantities. But here one thing you have to remember. So for apex there is only one gusset plate, right? Apex is at the center, but you are going to place the painting on two sides. So here you be careful. So that is the reason why I have left out this part for you people. I have given the hint. At apex there is one gusset plate, but painting is on two faces. So one number and this is two faces, right? So rest this will remain same, the size of the gusset plate. Similarly you go on doing with the other parts, right? So once you calculate, your total quantity of painting work for one truss should come out to be what? 19.68 meter square, right? 19.68 meter square. Then once you get the quantity of one truss, multiply that with the number of truss, you will get the total quantity for painting for 5 trusses. Now again, purlin is not considered as a part of calculation of truss, so it is calculated separately. So purlin is what size? 125 by 75 by 8. We have 12 numbers. Length is known. Now how did we get this 0.4? So here you have a look. 125 plus 75 into 2. You will get 0.4. So put that here and get the quantity. Wind ties 32 by 6. So 32 plus 6 into 2. You will get this. So this is the quantity for wind tie. So again, after you do all this thing, add these two painting quantities to this. So once you add the painting quantity to this, you will get the total painting quantity of the steel structure. So this total painting quantity is with respect to what? Painting quantity of 5 truss plus painting quantity of purlin plus painting quantity of wind tie. All together the total painting, you will get it, right? Now next is left out is what? The sheeting, GI sheets. So galvanized corrugated iron, GI roofing, all fittings, hooks, bolts, GI bolts, washers are included. So sheets are how many numbers? I will show you the figure now. So have a look. So this is one GI sheet. It is mentioned here GI sheet. It is 7.8 meters, 7.8 meter inclined length. So this length. So this is provided at this part. So this is one sheet, this is one sheet. So you have to calculate what the total surface area of the GI sheet. So you know this inclined length. If you just multiply, you know this inclined length. This inclined length is known. If you just multiply that with the length, what you'll get? You'll get plan area of one side. Plan area of one side. Similarly, if you multiply that with 2, you'll get the plan area of the complete steel roof truss. So I have taken two numbers because one sheet is this side, other sheet will be this side. So two numbers. Length is 21.3, height is width is what, 7.8. So you get the total square meter of GI sheet required. Total square meter of GI sheet required. Okay, so GI sheet. So 2 into 21.3 is the length, 7.8 meter is the width. So you get the total quantity surface area of the GI sheet roofing. Then GI ridging. So what is this GI ridging? GI ridging is at the apex. Can you see here? This holds, or this is provided as a dome at the where two sheets meet at a point. So this GI ridging. So GI ridging is running throughout the length. So it is 1 in number and 21.3. So quantity will be 21.3. So this completes your steel quantity calculation for steel roof truss. Hope you are following with the content. So any doubts, please feel free to ask. Thank you.